Hello everyone, I'm Professor Geek, and welcome to Monstober on my channel. A month-long event. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll have a link in the top right-hand corner to an introductory video explaining what I'm going to do this month and how I'm going to celebrate Halloween all month long. This week is our Vampire Week, and I have some more in-depth videos coming later in the week, and we're going to actually look at the archetype and look at some actual literary works and whatnot. But I wanted to start things off with a few reviews, and I'm going to talk today about Vampironica, one of the Archie Horror titles. We're 3 issues in at this point, and I'm incredibly impressed with it, actually. It's a lot of fun. So, as you see, I've got some of the other Archie Horror titles up here. Jughead the Hunger is a Jughead as a werewolf story. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, that's the one that they're releasing a Netflix series of this month, actually. And then Afterlife with Archie was the one that started it all off, the zombie apocalypse come to Riverdale. And then Bunnicula there just because he's awesome. So, I actually think, though, that Vampironica, I don't want to say it's my favorite. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is pretty good. I am going to say Vampironica is my favorite of the titles. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best written or the best one. It just means to my taste it's the best. I'm not a big zombie fan. But for the rules of zombie apocalypse, Afterlife with Archie's great. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is a wonderfully atmospheric period story. And it's a lot of fun. And Jughead the Hunger has some cool things in it. The problem, though, is that Jughead the Hunger is too apocalyptic for a werewolf story for me. I can accept the apocalypse aspect and everybody dying from a zombie story because that's kind of part of the genre. And the Sabrina story, it's fun, it's a lot of fun, and it's definitely where it needs to be, but it's a little unsettling too. I don't know, it's just my taste. But the Vampironica story just strikes me as a perfect vein of a world I wouldn't mind going and actually visiting. It's a lot of fun. Show you some of the art. The art is great in it. It's that heavy realism to the art. So it provides a real uncanny effect. I mean, all of the forms are idealized, of course, as they should be. But you have that almost photographic effect from the art, which I really like, and I appreciate that a lot. We have Riverdale, as usual, the innocent Riverdale. That's part of the fun of these different Elseworld-type stories of the different Archie universe, the horror lines, is that you start out with perfectly innocent little Riverdale, and then you introduce the horror to it, and that's part of the fun. And I think that's probably why the Riverdale series, as shoddily written as that is, it attracts so much attention because you've got the noir scene to that. So there are 2 different types of vampires in this Vampironica line, and it draws on some Romanian folklore, and we have the Moroi and the Strigoi. And if you're a Vampire Academy fan, you probably know those titles, but this does come from Romanian folklore, and the idea is that the Morois are more of the revenants type of vampire, the victims the vampire kills who come back basically as zombies to serve the vampire more of. The Strigoi are the ones that retain their own faculties, that retain their own sentience. So Veronica was bitten, but the vampire wasn't able to finish the job on her because she fought back, so she became a Strigoi. She's able to retain her faculties, and the Moroi are the ones that the head vampire is biting around the town now and that they have to go fight. So you basically have Veronica, an actual vampire with all of the powers of a vampire, but serving in a very sort of Buffy the Vampire Slayer role. It's a pretty neat story. Dilton ends up helping her out, and it's good so far. Only 3 issues in, but I'm really having fun with it. It's a fun adventure. It's not just... It doesn't seem like it's dependent on the shock value of, wow, look at these horrific things happening to Riverdale, because that's what these feel like sometimes. I'm not just criticizing them across the board like that. There are good things in them, but it does feel like sometimes they're just sort of, wow, look at what horrific things we can bring to this universe. And this one seems like it's really telling a good story, though, throughout it all. So I'm excited about Vampironica. I'm happy to be subbing to the title. So I recommend it if you're interested, if you are a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, or you just like vampires in general. It's a great tale. It looks to be fun. I don't know how many issues it'll go, but I hope it continues because it's a lot of fun. So, of course, we have Sabrina, The Chilling Adventures coming to Netflix soon. I will certainly talk about that at some point this month. And there's much more to come. Tune in tomorrow night for a live stream office hours in which we will talk to you about your favorite vampire stories. So until then, keep enjoying and digging deeper into the Halloween stories you love. Thanks for watching.